So yeah, we got a big new toy today that, you know, things are just getting too highfalutin around here. You're gonna stop watching because it's almost becoming legitimate, and I just can't have that. So today's truly amazing thing that just arrived. Some of you have seen that for a very long time. I have owned, roughly almost 20 years, I have owned a Craftsman bike jack, motorcycle jack, that, let's just say was questionable in its safety, you know? It's now crooked. The teeth don't actually kind of go in the stoppers that stop it from, you know, slamming to the ground. Handle's gone. I don't trust it, but it's what I had. And you can see, there it is, sitting in the corner there. Next to my daughter, everything's pink. I have an 8-year-old little girl. Everything's pink. So no, that's not my scooter, that's hers. Anyway, so that old Craftsman jack, when it was new, it was sketchy. When you're putting a damn near 1,000-pound Harley on it, things were always a little off. But today, we fall down. A couple weeks ago, one of you magnificent SOBs said, you need a J&S. And this has been going on for a long time, the conversation between you guys and me and whatnot about the lift that I use, because everyone says, you need a bike lift, you need a bike lift. And I'm like, I don't have room in my garage for a full bike lift because, you know, we're a bit full, you know, between these three and the golf cart and I just didn't want, and I looked at him and there's a width issue because, you know, not with me, with the jack. Anyway, so he's like, you need a J&S. J&S makes a motorcycle jack that is intense. Made here in the States, bigger, beefier, kind of like me, big and beefy. And it'll get the job done. And I was like, all right, yeah. So he's like, he reached out to him. And I'm not going to say his name or his handle because I don't have permission to do so. But if you want to comment down below, that was me, then, you know, that'd be great. He contacted him, and I heard from the dude at J&S, and he's like, yeah, man, we'd give you a lift if you know, let everyone know we gave it to you. I'm like, absolutely, that's, you know, that's cool. So it arrived today. I always wonder when someone says, yeah, we'll send you our really cool, amazing product. Will it show? And it did. So here we go. So in a box that I properly marked out my address. I'm getting better, right? Pow! Look at that thing. I mean, the difference between that and that old thing I've been using is just, that's just amazing. I mean, the quality and that right there means everything to me, right? We had a whole video about, you know, we try hard to buy American. You still can sometimes. J&S is made here in the States. And this is, they even sent me not just the lift, but, and I haven't even assembled it yet. I got to do that real quick. Not that it's a hard job. They sent me the oil change kit too. So I haven't even gone through the instructions yet. So J&S, I apologize. I'm like a child. The oil change kit. So it's got like a drain pan that goes under it. I'm so freaking stoked for this. None of my bikes even need an oil change. We may have to do it. Well, I mean, you know, the Heritage has been sitting a while, so changing the oil on it wouldn't be irresponsible. So we'll probably put this together and test on it a little bit, and then later we'll do an oil change video on the Heritage, because again, it gets no miles anymore. It just sits there, but, you know, oil's been in there a while, so maybe we can change that out. Yeah, so let me put this together and we'll play with this thing. This thing's amazing. So before I forget, J&S, dudes, love ya. You know, this is really, really cool. Let me unpack this and put it together. So I stopped for a while because you guys, some of you, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff. I always forget to say that stuff. I have nice but weird neighbors who do weird projects, and I had to stop filming for a while because the guy across the street, I'm pretty sure he was building a putt-putt course. like watching in his garage, and he's building something that he's now wrapped in artificial turf, and he's in construction, and I've seen him trailer a little Bobcat and like drive it around back. So I don't know what's going on over there. We do not have big yards. I think he's building a putt-putt course in the back of his house. I don't know. Anyway, so the J&S lift. Pow. You may have seen, you know, your sort of standard lifts that you ride them up on and you da-da-da. I prefer a bike jack, which is kind of what this is, but way more, because it gets the wheels off the ground, right? The problem with a bike jack historically, which is what I used to have, is that they're just not strong enough to handle really safely and, you know, sturdily what is a 1,000-pound motorcycle, right? My old one, the way the system worked, I'll show you how the system works on this guy. So basically, you pump it up with your foot, you know, as one would expect, and then as it raises, you flip these teeth over. They go into the holes, and then when you release the pressure off, those teeth go down in the hole and hold it sturdy. Now, one thing I love is these are independent. See? They're not one piece. My old one was a bar that connected them, and it wasn't holes. There were just these like notches, and you released pressure and just hoped that they caught one. It was precarious. And the fact that either side, where they were connected by a single bar, you had to like push to make sure they both caught the same one, or that sucker would twist. I mean, like, it was nerve-wracking with the old one. So just a massive upgrade. And the dimensions are a lot bigger on this one. So any of you out there who's worked one of these before, you can see that's a lot bigger than your typical, you know, bike jack, what we would call. So it's a lot wider. The skis, I don't know what you're gonna call it, these rails that go under the bike are a lot longer. So again, on my old one, you'd put it up under there, and then you had to kind of jimmy it around to make sure that you had an adequate amount sticking out the other side of the frame and the right amount sticking out this side before you start lifting it, and it was always a bit of a dance. This guy, it's so much longer and bigger that, you know, you can see how much is sticking out of the frame there, you know, which is, you know, way more than enough. And then you come to the other side, and pow, look at, I mean, it's just a way more sturdy. They're farther apart, so you're not trying to make sure you got the weight distributed, you know, easily across the frame. If you just put the left ski under the cross rail, under the frame, which you kind of know where that is because it's, you see here, it's kind of straight down from the oil cap. You know what I mean? To the back on a bagger, Road King, Electric Glide, whatever. Pow, you got it. You lift her up, you flip the teeth over so they go down into a hole when you release pressure. It has tie-down straps, you know, mounts there where you can run a tie-down strap to it if you want to. Not necessary. I mean, I'll show you right now. Yeah. I mean, she is so on there. Like, it's not, and that's all the way up. It's not moving. Now, on their website, there's even a video of a guy climbing onto the bike and climbing onto the front fender. I'm sure it would work, but why tempt fate? So I'm not going to do that. I'm confident it would work, but I'm just not going to do that myself because things go bad when I do stuff like that. But something I want to show you real quick, which is pretty slick, is this oil drain plate thing. So if you ever used one of these before to maintenance your bike, when you spill oil, it comes out from under the jack and ends up all over the floor. And this guy has this really cool attachment, pow, that you can then, of course, lift up, put your oil drain pan under there. And I've got it way too high to be doing an oil change right now, so the triangulation would be different. But this thing's gonna be really cool. We're gonna use that here in the near future and probably do a service on the old Heritage. Because again, not a ton of miles, but a lot of time it sits, so it needs to be maintained, I'm sure. But yeah, one thing I'd like to say, thank you so much to J&S, not just for providing it, but they are doing a Pro Monkey discount code. So I'm gonna type it down here, but it's Pro Monkey, no space, capital P, capital M. That's it, and that's good for 5% off. So JS Lifts, I'm gonna verify again. The website, I'm sorry, J&S Jacks. Such an idiot. JSJacks.com. Pro Monkey, Promonkey, like you don't know how to spell those things. Capital P, capital M, and that'll give you 5% off your own lift. So I love this thing. Again, you may have used a jack from someplace else. It ain't like this. This is totally different. And it's quite a bit more intense and something that means a lot to me. Bam. You know, made right here in the States, in Wisconsin. You know, you don't get any better than that. So you'll be seeing this thing a lot because just something as simple as taking the tour pack off or tweaking the bike here and there. It's always better to do the bike, you know, up off the ground and straight and sturdy. So I think you'll be seeing me use this a lot more than I did my old one because number one, I'm not terrified to lift the bike as much. And number two, it holds it so sturdy and so straight and it's so much easier to get under the bike and get up in the air that yeah, you're going to see this be used a lot more. So, again, for the 9 millionth time, thanks to J&S Jacks. This is great. And Pro Monkey is your discount code. Give you 5% off. Pick one up, man. It's great. So, don't forget, today is, what is today? Tuesday. So, tonight I am on the 5 Dirty Bikers podcast, recording it. It will be available for launch on Monday. So, on Monday, the 10th, I think. You should be able to find it wherever you normally find your podcast pleasure. And then this Friday, the 7th, is a Pro Monkey live stream. So me and Mrs. Monkey will be having drinks, debauchery, and whatnot, telling bad jokes, naming people's bikes, and sharing some stories. So probably going to start talking about my plans for Sturgis in detail coming this Friday. And would love to hear yours. Please come join us for a drink and tell some jokes and whatnot. We have a tremendous amount of fun. It feels like family coming together every other Friday. It's such a blast. But again, that's this Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. And then anything you want to send me, thanks for all the pictures I got of the customizations. I'm going to make a background slideshow on Friday night for that. So if you want to send me your stuff to be in the slideshow, it's Damonk, D-A-M-O-N-K, at professional-monkey.com. And that's it for this glorious episode of the Professional Monkey Channel. Take care of each other out there. We'll talk soon. Bye.